Get ready to dive into a lush, time-woven land where empires rose in the clouds and mysteries still echo through stone ruins. Welcome to Map Your Mind. Travel through the world with your brain. Let's journey to Peru, a country draped in legends and wrapped in the mist of the Andes. It's a place where ancient civilizations once danced with the stars, where gold shimmered in temples, and where the echoes of the past still pulse through modern streets. This isn't just a destination. This is the story of resilience, empire, and transformation. This is Peru, the cradle of the Andes before the Incas, long before the mighty Inca Empire. Peru was already humming with life. The Norte Chico civilization thrived here over 5,000 years ago, building temples and laying down some of the oldest city plans in the Americas. Then came the Chavín, Moqui, Nazca, and Wari cultures. Each left their mark, carving massive geoglyphs into the desert, crafting pottery that seemed almost alive, and mastering the harsh mountain terrain with genius agricultural techniques. They were astronomers, engineers, and artists, and almost didn't leave behind written records. They painted their stories in clay, stone, and earth. The rise of the Inca Empire. And then came the Incas, the empire builders who would change everything. By the 1400s, the Inca civilization had become the largest empire in pre-Columbian America. From the sun-drenched coast to snow-covered mountain peaks, they ruled with clever diplomacy, ruthless efficiency, and unmatched infrastructure. Their capital, Cusco, was considered the navel of the world. Their road network stretched over 24,000 miles, winding through cliffs and jungles. They didn't use wheels or writing systems like we know them, but they communicated with knotted cords, called quipus, and built cities so precisely that even today, you can't slip a knife between the stones. Just look at Machu Picchu perched like a dream above the clouds. It still takes your breath away. But the empire, as mighty as it was, wasn't invincible. Conquest and collapse. In 1532, Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro arrived. The timing couldn't have been worse for the Incas. A civil war between royal brothers had torn the empire apart, and disease brought by Europeans had already weakened the population. Pizarro took advantage. With fewer than 200 men, he captured Emperor Atahualpa through deception, demanded a room full of gold, and then executed him anyway. The Inca resistance lasted years, but in the end, the Spanish crushed the empire. Temples were razed. Gold was looted. A way of life was shattered, but not erased. Colonial Peru and the long road to freedom. Under Spanish rule, Peru became the viceroyalty of Peru, rich in silver, forced labor, and Catholic missions. Lima was founded and became one of the wealthiest cities in the Americas. But beneath the surface, resistance brewed. Indigenous uprisings rose, and the idea of independence started to burn. By the early 1800s, the spark became a flame. Led by figures like José de San Martin and Simon Bolivar, Peru declared independence in 1821. It wasn't a clean break. Wars and political chaos followed, but a new nation was born. Modern Peru, from turmoil to cultural renaissance, the 20th century was a roller coaster. Military coups, economic instability, violent insurgencies like the Shining Path in the 1980s. But through every hardship, the Peruvian people held on. They rebuilt. They reimagined. They reconnected with the roots of their ancestors. Today, Peru is a vibrant republic where ancient languages like Quechua still echo in markets, and the spirit of the Andes runs deep. From the Nazca lines to the Amazon rainforest, Peru continues to captivate the world. And don't forget the food. Peruvian cuisine is now globally celebrated. Ceviche, lomo saltado, ají amarillo. It's a culinary revolution rooted in centuries of fusion. Fun fact: the Andes Mountains in Peru are home to more than 3,000 varieties of potatoes. That's right, your French fries owe a thank you to the highlands of Peru. So, when you think of Peru, don't just picture Machu Picchu or llamas. Picture an empire in the sky. Picture stories written without words, resistance carved into cliffs, and a people who never let history fade. This isn't just the past, it's a living, breathing legacy. Stick around, there's more to discover on Map Your Mind. Where to next?